In LA this week,
I'm just happy the city is putting out projects so that people can bid.
Construction contractors we spoke to say it's a good time to be in the business. But before they submit their bids for projects, they have to fill out the necessary paperwork. This workshop is teaching them how. I'm Gil Reyes with the story next.
Beauty meets the runway. I'm Rasha Goel. Up next, how you can pamper yourself before catching that next flight.
I'm Anna Marcos. A new field of dreams. Find out what this dirt lot will do for South LA's kids coming up.
hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. During a visit to Los Angeles, Vice President Joe Biden made his first public comments about the Paris terror attacks. As Anita Bennett reports, Biden joined LA Mayor Eric Garcetti to reassure a nervous public, vowing the U.S. would do everything possible to fight terrorism.
What started as an upbeat roundtable on clean technology in downtown Los Angeles took on a more somber tone in the wake of the Paris terror attacks.
I think all of us in the last 48 hours, of course, have had our hearts broken by the events that we saw in Paris. Not only because one of the fallen was one of our own, Noemi Gonzalez, who grew up here in Los Angeles and was a student at Long Beach State, but also because we, as freedom-loving people, know that an attack on Paris is an attack on each one of us.
With Vice President Joe Biden by his side, Mayor Eric Garcetti called for a moment of silence to remember Gonzalez. The 23-year-old was among 129 people who lost their lives on Friday, November 13th, when terrorists unleashed a wave of violence in Paris. Biden vowed the U.S. would stand in solidarity with France.
France is our oldest and one of our closest partners. It's always been there for us in times of need, and we are with France. It goes beyond our condolences. We're sharing intelligence. We are fully engaged with our French brothers and sisters.
Hours after the attacks, ISIS claimed responsibility. 3 days later, the Islamic militant group threatened to attack Washington. But Biden promised the U.S. would not be intimidated.
We will prevail. ISIS will not prevail. It offers nothing but destruction.
This gathering at LA Clean Tech Incubator, a nonprofit dedicated to building a local clean technology economy, was filled with local tech leaders. Mayor Garcetti told them that the city had formally expressed its condolences to France.
I visited earlier today the French consulate and visited with the French consul general to express just how close Los Angeles felt.
One day after this meeting, the mayor held a vigil at City Hall to remember the victims. Back at that clean tech roundtable, Biden tried to reassure the public, saying the country cannot allow terrorists to threaten our way of life.
The moment we give in and change anything about the openness of our society is the moment they win. And we cannot let that happen.
As the two leaders concluded their comments, they explained that just as ISIS fights to squash freedom, Americans are using technology to increase it. In downtown Los Angeles, I'm Anita Bennett for LA This Week.
Now, back here at home, the U.S. is facing a crisis of confidence between police departments across the country and the communities they patrol. That crisis has now spread to L.A. as city leaders and residents grapple with a rising number of officer-involved shootings and use of force incidents. Anna Marcos has more.
I want my 2 minutes. Mr. Jenkins, it's 1 minute.
Community unrest flared up at this LA Police Commission meeting. 2 months into his first term as Police Commission president, Matt Johnson has already set an agenda to change LAPD training and tactics in a city where officer-involved shootings have almost doubled, from 23 last year to 44 so far this year.
The LAPD use of force policy specifically states that the department's guiding value when using force shall be reverence for human life.
The latest shooting left a Hispanic man dead in the West Valley this month after reports he was darting in and out of traffic and acting aggressive. Instead of going down, the alleged suspect reportedly grabbed the beanbag gun from an officer and fired. That's when officers say they shot and killed him.
When somebody is shot dead over a routine traffic stop, that's nonsense. We have to be better than that.
And I know, Chief Beck, I've seen you out recently. You're trying, and I can tell, and I like that. We have to work together.
Decide whose side you're on. Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of white supremacist, patriarchal, heteronormative capitalism? Or are you on the side of the people? Do you stand for Ezell Ford, or do you stand for Steve Soboroff? Who do you stand for, Matt Johnson? Stop being scared.
Johnson has also called for a study of the last 10 years of officer-involved shootings in L.A. and a study on the use of force in other police departments. Other proposals include increasing the use of non-lethal weapons and creating an audit plan on the use of body cameras.
I believe that this agenda absolutely supports where the department needs to go and actually where the profession needs to travel.
It's a delicate balancing act, finding a way to keep the officers safe while keeping the community safe as well. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Chief Beck said he is planning to create a Preservation of Life award for LAPD officers who show extreme restraint in use of force situations. Well, let the bidding begin. With the recession well behind us, a number of public works construction projects are up for grabs to qualified contractors. But as Gil Reyes reports, you'll have to register online first.
From building bridges to sprucing up streets, things are looking up in LA's construction trade.
I'm just happy the city is putting out projects so that people can bid.
Sharon Coleman operates a small construction firm with 12 employees. She and others take part in this workshop near USC, looking to gain a competitive edge in the battle for city contracts.
This event called How to Do Business with the City of LA as a Construction Contractor, and it goes through all the necessary paperwork you have to fill out to submit your bid, and all of this paperwork you can find online.
The first step is to register with the city's Business Assistance Virtual Network at labavn.org. There you'll find a list of projects accepting applications. Click your choice, then print and fill out the necessary forms. You'll be asked to submit expected completion dates and cost estimates for your project. Good luck.
It's our goal to open the doors of opportunity. We have a lot of work that's happening and that will be happening in the future, and we want to ensure that our contractors have an ample opportunity to participate.
The city has recently set aside $7 billion for new construction permits, projects that are either underway or ready to begin. Clients include the Port of LA and the DWP.
But because there are so many projects going on, they're all super large. So trying to get projects for the smaller contractors.
Actually, we do business with all sizes. I know that there may be this notion that the larger contractors might have a leg up, but we really want to reach out to those small businesses as well.
Giving them a fighting chance in the battle of the bids. Near USC, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Register at labavn.org to get started and to stay updated on upcoming projects. Well, a state of emergency as LA struggles with its homeless issue. Anna Marcos brings us more on the growing crisis and city leaders' latest decision.
House keys, not handcuffs. House keys, not handcuffs.
A rally in the shadow of City Hall for a homeless issue that has turned into a crisis. Demonstrators cried out for more humane treatment of the homeless by police and for more permanent housing solutions as the number of homeless continue to rise.
Instead of supporting those people who most need housing, our city criminalizes them.
We're saying if it is a crisis, treat it as such.
It's a cry the LA City Council can no longer ignore. Up before council members a list of motions, among them a move to declare a state of emergency for homelessness in LA, which would make it easier to find more shelters in parking lots and buildings.
We have come together and have agreed as a council that this is one of the most important issues that we are facing.
Other motions included a plan to provide public storage for homeless belongings. Another law would amend the city code and decriminalize the homeless. There was also a motion to start a $100 million housing fund.
We do not want to say you're going to be penalized because you have no place to put your few possessions.
We must do everything we can to help the homeless individuals while making sure that we don't disrupt our quality of life in the city of Los Angeles.
But other residents say their rights must be protected as well.
In my nice neighborhood, we have people who have no place to sleep come into vacant homes and set fires. It's not a good idea.
The encampment is right next to my business. We have been dealing with this problem for several years, and it's getting so bad. They basically walk into our business, steal things. We call the police. The police don't come for half an hour. They get away. They are very combatant. They have assaulted me.
Council members approved all the homeless measures before them. The city attorney will now draw up the plan before final approval by the city council. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
City leaders say the new plan will still allow them to dismantle homeless encampments. They estimate at least 26,000 people sleep on the streets of LA. Well, a refreshing, pampering experience is helping passengers take the stress out of travel at LAX. Rasha Goel takes us to the mini beauty sessions.
Yana, it's where pampering meets travel. Now, let me tell you, I'm here in the Tom Bradley terminal at the Bobby Brown counter. I just experienced a 2-minute makeover to beauty, and I'm feeling amazing. Now, this is just what I experienced, but passengers and travelers who are about to board a plane can come in here and experience this, as well as many of the new things happening here at the Tom Bradley terminal.
It's all about pampering as part of the multi-billion-dollar modernization program at LAX. Social media influencers had the chance to get a behind-the-scenes peek at the stylish changes.
We invited a whole bunch of social media influencers, folks who really follow the beauty industry and trends, invited them here to Tibbet and are asking them to try some of the products, try some of the services, and share it with the folks that follow them.
That included a massage from Express Spa, a full-service spa at the airport.
They come in, they don't even realize we're here, and they come in and they realize, I don't have to stress anymore.
Now this is a perfect way to start your trip.
And after some relaxation, social media influencers also got to see the exciting things happening at the duty-free shop, along with learning about Bliss, which is one of the only freestanding and first one of its kind at LAX.
They're going to be able to get a taste of everything, whether it be body products, whether it be firming products for their body, for their face. They're going to be able to travel with the products. We have a lot of traveling size products, and they're going to be able to recognize the products that they see in the spa.
I mean, this is just amazing. You can't be more relaxed than this.
The duty-free shop also had a Christian Dior pop-up exclusive to LAX. From makeovers and makeup to fragrances and hand massages, it was a pure treat.
So you can actually come to the Tom Bradley terminal. You can get a makeup lesson, you can get a facial, a mini facial. Again, you can get a massage. You can find products specific to traveling, and you can find gifts.
And with LA's iconic store, Fred Siegel, it's a true LA experience. Who says you can't be pampered while traveling? Now you can when flying from LAX. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Well, it's a day of recognition for LA firefighters who go into burning buildings and dangerous situations every day to keep Angelenos safe. Anna Marcos takes us to the LA Fire Department's awards event.
It was a day LA Fire paramedic Miguel Meza will never forget. 2 children trapped 30 feet underwater inside a car that had been driven off a pier in San Pedro. He had to rescue the children in waters with zero visibility.
With 2 children of my own, my heart went out to the kids that were stuck in the car submerged. So I went down, got in the water, and dove as hard as I could to get down to get to them.
Meza did rescue them, but it was too late. They did not survive. But that act of heroism has earned him a Medal of Valor at the LA Fire Department's yearly awards banquet, the highest award for LA firefighters.
One of the definitions of valor is extreme personal risk. That's what the definition is for that particular award. He displayed that at that incident, that's why he's getting it.
The 33 firefighters earning awards have organized Christmas toy drives for children, saved people, animals, and even each other from burning buildings, swollen streams, earthquake ruins, and electrified water. This emergency created a recipe for disaster, a car accident, downed power lines, and a gushing fire hydrant with 2 women lying in the water.
We automatically figured that
the water is electrified.
10,000 volts of electricity cycled through the water, but firefighters risked their own electrocution to save the women.
Where we slid her away off the water, and then the paramedics started working on her.
And then I went in for the second victim.
The victims did not survive, but many do survive because of such heroic deeds.
You have put yourselves in such personal peril to do your jobs so that others could live.
Daniel Apodaca wasn't even on duty when he saved 3 men whose boat had capsized on a stormy lake.
If I had fallen over, my boat would have blown away and I would have been right there with them. And
you saved all 3?
I managed to get all 3 guys into the boat.
33 heroes who went beyond the call of duty this past year to make us all a little safer. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Other awards presented were the Medal of Merit, a Community Service Award, Special Commendations, and a Lifetime Achievement Award, which went to retired Fire Deputy Chief Reynaldo Rojo. Well, are you following Mayor Eric Garcetti on Instagram? If not, you should be. Rasha Goel has more on your mayor's creative side.
Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti is a busy guy. But even as the mayor of America's second largest city, he's plugged into the powers of social media. He's a prolific Instagrammer. He was recently dubbed the mayor of Instagram by Mother Jones magazine. His photos provide a new perspective of Los Angeles.
And as mayor, I try to give a little bit of a personal view of Los Angeles. The view from the car of a parade, a neighborhood that maybe a lot of Angelinos haven't been to, a moment of triumph or beauty in my city. So it's kind of a love song for Los Angeles from your mayor.
Titled #Mayor of Instagram, his pictures were recently on display at Take My Picture Gallery in downtown Los Angeles.
He's a really good photographer, and so we decided that maybe it's time to take the images off the computer and put them on the wall and really feature his work as a photographer in addition to being the mayor.
Unlike the social media accounts of many politicians, Mayor Garcetti's Instagram belongs to a real human being, one with a hobby interest in photography.
His work is kind of spellbinding.
And for those who didn't want to miss a picture from his personal collection, they were available for purchase for $100 each. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Profits raised from the sale of the work went to the Los Angeles Public Library Photo Collection and Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles. Well, it's always good news when park-poor areas in LA get a little more green put in. Councilmember Kern Price is slowly building up those spaces in his South LA 9th District. Anna Marcos takes us to the latest groundbreaking.
South LA kids will soon get $6 million worth of more park spaces to play in here.
Do any of the children play soccer? Yes, raise your hands. Hi, all right. Well, let me tell you, sometimes soccer fields get tired. Sometimes the grass goes away. Sometimes it rains and it gets muddy. But with this new soccer field, you're not going to have any of those problems.
All this dirt in what was formerly known as South Park will soon become a synthetic soccer field.
Tens of thousands in the area, and there's no green space. There are very few green spaces, and so that's why this park is so important.
This future synthetic soccer field will save the city of LA 2 million gallons of water a year, and it's hardly synthetic at all. It will be made of green, earth-friendly materials.
It's an organic material, and it's a volcanic ash, so it's going to be safe to play on.
But there's more. The park will get walkways, lighting, parking, a newly renovated palm tree promenade, and something to keep kids cool while they're having fun in the summertime.
Well, we're bringing a water feature back that will be for the children of this area. And a nice splash pads going in there that will be nicely designed, where people will again be picnicking and recreating underneath those palm trees.
And there are yet more of these projects coming up. Several South LA parks and rec centers will get new playgrounds, new soccer fields, and other upgrades in the next year, so that kids in South LA can do what kids at any park love to do, play. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
South Park, by the way, was once an historic park and one of the oldest in the city. Its rec center was built by Paul Williams, once a renowned architect to the stars and the designer of some of LA's most iconic buildings. While new AmeriCorps members take the oath of service, LAFD reveals a test pilot vehicle that does double duty, and one LA City Councilman makes sure residents in his district have a happy Thanksgiving. All these stories in City Beat.
And we'll get things done. Congratulations, America.
Mayor Eric Garcetti administered the oath of service to nearly 100 new members of AmeriCorps who will provide tutoring, college and career counseling to young people at schools and community centers in some of LA's most underserved neighborhoods, from Watts to Pacoima. In an afternoon ceremony held at Los Angeles Police Department headquarters, Mayor Garcetti welcomed them to a year of service in a program funded by 3 major grants awarded earlier this year.
And there's an interaction you're going to have with a young person in this year who's going to say something that knocks your socks off, that changes your perspective, that makes you just stop in your tracks for a moment, to realize and to recognize that this isn't just about what you're going to be giving them, it's about what they are going to be giving you.
The Los Angeles Fire Department recently unveiled its new Fast Response Vehicle pilot program. LAFD Chief Ralph Terrazas joined City Council members Felipe Fuentes, Bob Blumenfield, Mitch O'Farrell, and other officials at the French Hodgkin Memorial Training Center to introduce 2 new vehicles, which will have both firefighting and first response advanced life support capabilities. The units will serve the North San Fernando Valley and the Central City Pico Union Echo Park area to provide efficient and flexible fire and emergency medical services in some of the city's busiest areas. The 6-month pilot program is designed to measure the impact and effectiveness of these new resources to determine if more vehicles will be deployed across LA.
We are achieving faster response times to emergencies and keeping other fire engines and ambulances available for the next run.
Councilmember Gil Cedillo joined with various community groups at Fire Station 13 in Pico Union to pass out turkeys to families in need. Cedillo's annual turkey giveaway provides families with a turkey and all the fixins to prepare a full Thanksgiving meal. More than 200 turkeys were donated from the council district office with the assistance of the Los Angeles Fire Department.
It's a little opportunity for us to give back to the community, a community that deserves so much and that has been so supportive.
A holiday tradition returns as downtown LA rings in the holidays with outdoor ice skating all season long. Gil Reyes has more from Pershing Square, which has been transformed into a winter wonderland. Gil.
Well, happy holidays, Yana. Yeah, the 18th straight season for this Pershing Square ice rink, the first of 2 downtown LA ice rinks. The other one is over at LA Live. And what a way to kick off the season. Of course, there's Snoopy and all these kids.
Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
Good grief, he's back. Snoopy ushers in the most wonderful time of the year at downtown LA's original outdoor ice rink. Miesha Aaron and other kids from the inner city are among this year's first guests. Miesha never gets the chance to lace up the skates back home.
It's South LA. It takes a while before you get to go places like this.
This kickoff ceremony draws professional skaters like Olympian and 2-time world bronze medalist Tiffany Chin, who loves her holidays LA style.
Trees, the sunlight, the warmth. Oh my goodness, the warmth.
And of course, there's this 4,500 square foot rink in front of the Biltmore Hotel. You should see it at night with all the holiday lights aglow, a very festive scene worthy of a Christmas card. Skating admission is $9 per hour. Bring your skates, or if you don't own a pair, you can rent them here for $4. Some of this season's highlights include Holiday Hounds on Ice, where pets are invited, a fundraiser to benefit Children's Hospital, and DJ Thursdays, where you can spin and skate into the night.
It is getting bigger and better every year, and that's due to the great community that we have that rallies with us to spread the word and bring more people.
There will also be a night set aside for LA singles, a way for bachelors and bachelorettes to break the ice. At Pershing Square, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
The rink will remain open till January 18th. For a full rundown of times and programs, visit holidayicerink.downtownla.com. Well, magical holiday lights transformed the LA Zoo into a winter wonderland. The spotlight shines on Hollywood during the annual Christmas parade and a chance to catch a classic on the big screen. All this and this week's Things to Do. After going dark in 2009, holiday lights returned to Griffith Park, this time at the LA Zoo. The zoo's fest will find visitors trekking through the front half of the festively illuminated grounds on foot. Though most of the animals will be asleep, you'll be able to see reindeer and sit for a photo with Santa. There's a charming premise that ties everything together. A group of LED monkeys have commandeered a Christmas tree and the zoo's power supply. The glowing animal power cord they've draped across the grounds electrifies everything from the desert floor, laced with lights, to a purple disco ball-filled forest. Check it out at the LA Zoo, on now through January 3rd. Actors and television personalities Eric Estrada and Laura McKenzie host the 84th annual Holiday Christmas Parade. Since 1928, millions of people have come to Hollywood Boulevard for this annual star-studded event, providing the best in family entertainment. Marching bands experience their own dose of star treatment in the parade's telecast zone when they march down the biggest red carpet in the world. Bands are a highlight of the parade that also includes celebrities, floats, and giant character balloons. Clay Aiken and Taylor Hicks are among the musical acts scheduled to perform. The parade will make its way down Hollywood Boulevard on November 29th, starting at 5 p.m. For more, visit thehollywoodchristmasparade.org. And here's your chance to revisit the best love story of all time and see Gone with the Wind in all of its glory on the big screen. Southern Vixen Scarlett O'Hara, Vivian Lee, only has eyes for sensitive Ashley Wilkes, Leslie Howard. But wisecracking Hellraiser Rhett Butler, Clark Gable, is determined to win her heart, even if that means surviving the burning of Atlanta, the destruction of Scarlett's beloved Tara, and the overthrow of the Old South itself. Relive the magic of Gone with the Wind on Saturday, November 28th at the Egyptian Theater located at 6712 Hollywood Boulevard. For more, visit AmericanCinemaTeeCalendar.com. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kay, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.